Okay, thank you for your patience. This is Justin Ford. My name is Justin Ford. I work on the annuity sales team here at IMES, and our we're going to be meeting today with Nassau. I've got some exciting news as it relates to income payouts in our industry. Many of us went through, some may not have noticed, an interest rate increase in multi-year guaranteed annuities in the last quarter of last year. Now we're looking at increases in income benefit riders for a client to receive additional income or lasting lifetime guaranteed income. So Jake will be on here in a moment. In the beginning, I'm going to go ahead and share a little bit for those in the audience that may be joining us for the first time today and those that are already with us to highlight some of the updates that we have here at IMES and kind of go through a little more about who we are as we're waiting for Jake to get logged in here. First concept here is new producer builders. When you come on board with us as an agency and with our service level guarantee, we also recognize that you're coming on board with a new agency, and we'd like to reward you for taking action on your part and partnering with us through that first application, through your first applications, actually in the first 180 days while you're with us here at IMES. So in those first 180 days, we've got different levels of production on the screen. These are set up for annuity premium. It's about 0.1% on that for target premium, and both count for life insurance. So today, if you have a question about the new producer builders program, how to get access to it, or you want simply a copy of the sheet here that we have up on the screen, please let your primary contact at IMES know, or myself, Justin Ford, be happy to get that out to you. But here's how it works. In your first 180 days, we have different levels for $100,000 in indexed premium for annuities and fixed premium for annuities. For that, a level of production submitted and paid through us in 180 days, or submitted rather, we're going to go ahead and offer you give you $750 in cash, an iPad, or 1,500 piece postcard mailing as an example, or our complete corporate identity package, which includes pre-formatted emails and a marketing analysis for your practice. For $250,000, we've got upping the ante on that, $1,500 or $2,000 in marketing reimbursement. So if you're coming on board with an existing marketing or expense that drives clients your way, through simple receipts, we can cover the cost of that by hitting the 250 level, all the way up to $1 million during your first 180 days with us, where we really start getting into some ability to take a look at covering your dinner workshop or your educational-based workshop event, preset appointment programs, and more. So if you have questions about the new producer builder program, don't be shy. Be happy to help. And thank you for joining if you are new with us. As you come on board with us, we're going to continue that. For those of you in the room that are with IMES, maybe aware already of the marketing reimbursement program that we have here set up. $100 marketing reimbursement per $100,000 of indexed annuity premium, $200 per $100,000 of single premium life premium here, and $200 per $10,000 of target premium is your ongoing marketing reimbursement program. Again, ask your marketer about that. We're kicking off the year with our kickoff. We've been speaking with our advisors about, many of you called in with excitement. We love to hear that. We're excited about kicking the new year off. You're talking about your practice and increasing what you're looking to accomplish this year, or adding something new, looking for a way to better partner together. This would be one area that we can do so. So ask about your marketing reimbursement account, and appreciate you coming on board. If you are a referral, we also have a referred producer program, third way to make money with IMES, in addition to what you get from the carrier and the support you get from IMES. We've got your referred producer program. So we're going to pay you in a couple ways on that one. When the new licensed agent you referred gets licensed with IMES, just for contracting, we're going to send you a one-time $50 bonus for that advisor, that agent. And then the second one, we're going to pay you thousands over time. So anytime your business, or your referral rather, writes additional business without it coming out of their pocket, without you being in a hierarchy, for the life of their business with IMES, we're going to pay you out a percentage of their business as well, not from their pocket. Give them the new producer program, and that's an appreciation for referring people to IMES. So you can see the numbers here. If you have interest, please let us know. If you have someone that would be a fit to benefit from our service, you like what you're seeing, and they're like you, because we like to work with you, please, by all means, mention that name to your primary director here at IMES or myself, Justin Ford, and we'll take care of them from there and get you paid on top of it. Speaking of happy with us, got to give a shout out here for our new business and back office team here and support everything from contracting to annuity new business. I know that team right now is a little difficult to get a hold of industry wide. They're working with the insurance carriers like a shield and a knight in armor to fight through the delays in some of the insurance carriers processing time, licensing. We've all, I'm sure, been in the middle of the great delay. Our team here is constantly following up on cases, and I've got to really say I appreciate the business or the work that they do, and I appreciate your patience out there as we are going through an industry kind of pop-up, if you will, that we've seen before. Saw the same concept back in 2008 when people fled to safety. And again, we will get through this, but I'm happier than I've ever been with the staff here at IMES and processing my advisor's business and as much as they can do with those carriers, and appreciate your due diligence on your side. But services are number one, and we're going to be there for you during this time. Accessing our website, we've got some new updates here on our website, tools that you may not be aware of, you may have just not had to use. Everything from calculators like a 72T calculator, simple savings calculator showing additional deposits, calculator comparing the difference between simple and compound interest, all the way down to concise one-page documents that will help your client better understand a concept or a topic that you're looking at that can be customized with your practice name. That's all available underneath the sales resources section of our website. If you were unaware of that or you'd like to know more, again, talk to your primary director. We'd be happy to kind of give you a little orientation, point out some items, or answer questions on our website. Easy to register today. If you're licensed with IMES, all you have to do is go to the site, act like you're going to log in, and hit register account. And it's going to ask for your email information and set your password. Give us about 24 hours or less. That can be clicked on for you and go from there. You can also quote term insurance as well as guaranteed universal life products like guaranteed index universal life with living benefits. Those can all be quoted. Company the best from the worst price, multiple states, multiple clients, multiple term periods, all from our website as well. In addition to that, when it comes to annuities, you have access to the tool that myself and my team here use as we're evaluating everything from a top income product, like what we're going to be talking about today. In addition to that, when we're evaluating companies that have stepped out there and increased some of their fixed and multi-year guaranteed rates, like the 4-year MYGA that Jake's going to be talking about today, all these can be accessible via our website by looking at the annuity section, annuity rate watch, and in addition to that, if you have a case, we'd be happy to help you with it. But if you're doing some product research on your own or just need some specifics on a product, I urge you to take a look at that on the site. Forms online, any form, new business, in-service form. If it's not out there, give us a call. We can get it to you, but you do have access to downloading free withdrawal forms, starting an income rider benefit form, transfer forms, et cetera, from multiple companies. Industry links, topic, news, conversation, discussions for you and your client, keeping up to pace, as well as current annuity news specifically, and a guide for long-term care insurance, whether that be asset-based, annuity, or life, or traditional standalone long-term care. The little that is left out there, we do have access to that on our website too, and single premium life. So take a look. Those resources are updated and ready to go out there. When you are, in addition to that, you can take your business applications through Firelight as well as IGO, which we use for the life insurance side of the business primarily. And you'll be able to see that and multiple companies coming on board as we speak with Firelight here. Don't know how updated the list is here, but I've only can think of about 2 or 3 that are not currently on Firelight or use their own. And those that use their own, like a SPIDA, you can access that information through working with us, and those work well on their platform as well. So electronic applications are in. Take a look. Register for Firelight today. IGO, you do not have to. You have access to it through our site as a licensed agent for life insurance applications, but you'll want to register, talk to your primary connection here about getting registered, or myself for Firelight if you haven't used that yet. Turnkey Solution, the creative marketing team. Essentially, IAMS, as many of you may be aware, has a fully functional in-house advertising agency, everything from professional digital media specialists all the way through graphic designers and those who helped set up this event today with us. That team is on our payroll, and we do that for a reason. A lot of advertising firms that may be an outside consultant agency, many of them own your material. Something that to note, if you go to a local advertising team, you look through your contract after cutting the check for $1,600 or what have you to do the work. If you're not a customer of theirs ongoingly, or they decide to offer your same approach to another agent who comes into the area, many times you don't own that material. They can rebrand it with your name. It's not something that we do here. You own the material. Our staff also works directly with financial professionals in the retirement income and life insurance industry, annuity industry with us. So they know what's going down and they know how to get it to you without that. We'd love to be able to offer some solutions with you as we work on writing business together. And the goal there is obviously the more awareness your practice gets, the more people you get to see, the more business we have to work together. And it's a wonderful world. Speaking of working together with a client, we do have a fully functional corporate RIA, IAMS Wealth Management. If you're looking at building revenue, retaining clients, building additional relationships, or just simply getting away from the compliance headache of being a registered investment advisor out there on your own and want to join a established RIA, where you're looking for a place that'll treat your business more insurance friendly. Take a look at annuities and a complete wealth financial for the client. We can do that here at IAMS. Let us know that if you have interest, or if you have interest in taking your 65, we'll help you from the book, cracking the first Kaplan books, all the way through opening up starting your U10 and getting you on board as well. We've got our company trips here that we're going to be updating. And as we go forward, looks like Jake just got in, and I'm going to switch it over. Jake, can you hear me?
Awesome, Justin. Well, thank you for the opportunity. Thanks to everybody who took time out of your schedule to join us today. A lot of exciting news. Hard to believe, obviously on top of everything that insurance agency marketing offers. It's one of the reasons I love our partnership and the opportunity to continue to build and grow together from a partnership. And as Justin mentioned earlier in the presentation, we have a lot of great announcements, a lot of great things so far this year that have come out, that have been announced, that are in play for you to hopefully help you close more sales, put more money in your pocket on top of everything that you get from insurance agency marketing. So again, thank you for taking time out of your schedule. Quick high level before we get into the product side of things. Nassau Life and Annuity Company, a Hartford, Connecticut, upstate New York, think Albany in East Greenbush domiciled company. You do see our corporate offices there downtown Hartford, Connecticut, the first two-sided building in the United States, fondly known as the boat building to those in Connecticut. But the real strength of the company is in the financials. When you look at where Nassau was to where we are today, our 170-plus year history, we've seen a lot of different markets. We've seen a lot of different financial opportunities or financial areas. From a corporate perspective, we have seen 2 AM Best upgrades in the last 3.5 years. We have had a ton of momentum building the strength of the company so that when you make a recommendation of Nassau, whether it's tomorrow or 10 years from today, whenever that client needs to utilize the benefits that you're positioning as part of their plan, you can count on Nassau being there to continue to fulfill the promises to our policyholders. So to 2 AM Best upgrades in the last 3.5 years, a solvency ratio north of 106%, over 400,000 policies in force. Again, a strong partnership that we're able to create when we put together, again, a successful retirement plan. I know we're coming to the end of this, but you're going to see a lot of great things from a product standpoint. And I want to let you know that maybe any prospects or clients that you're working on right now, if you have the opportunity to close those sales prior to February 1, Get that app submitted through Firelight, through paper, whatever method you need to. You're going to earn additional compensation. Again, this is a submit bonus. Any FIA submit through January 31, you'll get an additional 75 basis points on top of your standard commission. If you're taking advantage of the strong multi-year guaranteed annuity rates, you're going to earn an additional 23 basis points as part of your normal compensation. So again, for those of you, again, we'll talk about the enhancements. I'll show you ways that you can really leverage the products to maximize income. Know that you still have the opportunity as part of our commission, sort of our quick start, if you will, a way to get the year going, get additional coin in your pocket, maybe to help from marketing, help with bills that you have out there. Not only that, our way of thanking you for working with Nassau through insurance agency marketing, a preferred partner of Nassau. Your production will qualify you towards Nassau Elite. To my knowledge, one of the more attainable and realistic agent value add programs in the industry today. To qualify as Nassau Elite, it requires only 1.75 million qualifying credits. What is a qualifying credit? Every FIA dollar, every FIA submit is dollar for dollar. So if you were to sell 1.75 million in FIA premium in 2023, you would qualify as Nassau Elite. New to the program from a qualifying perspective is the multi-year guaranteed annuity side of things. It is discounted at a 3-to-1 rate, but your MYGA premium will also work towards qualifying you towards that 1.75 million qualifying credits. What does Nassau Elite get you? 3 great benefits on top of everything that you have with your partnership with insurance agency marketing. First benefit is compensation enhancements. Your first year qualifying as Nassau Elite, you're going to receive a 50 basis point bonus retro to $1 on your entire block of sales for that year. That is the FIA side of the bonus. You can see for MYGA production, it's a 15 basis point bonus. Every consecutive year you qualify thereafter, we increase that bonus up to 75 basis points on FIA production and 25 basis points for multi-year guaranteed annuity sales. In addition to that, and Justin referenced service in the industry today, it's almost become a taboo word. I'm going to show you in another couple minutes, though, the great opportunity that you have with partnering with IMES and Nassau, how we can get you paid faster, how we can get policies to your policyholders quicker. But not only that, if you qualify as Nassau Elite, you and any office staff that you might have will receive a dedicated new business and post-service case manager. One specific person you can reach out to at Nassau, whether it's pre-issue or post-issue, if you have a situation where maybe things aren't working or going to plan as you'd like them to. One specific person to reach out to, build a relationship with, let them know the challenges that you might be experiencing. Then you can hang up the phone and go back to working on things that help ring your cash register. When that issue is resolved, when that situation, we've got an answer, that individual is going to give you a shout back and work through things. Not only that, if you're one of our top 50 qualifiers for Nassau Elite, you and a guest will join us on our Nassau Elite retreat. Location for 2023 qualifications is going to be the Viceroy in Los Cabos. A great spot. We're going to have a ton of fun, a great way to celebrate your successes and spend time with Nassau leadership, with other top producers inside of Nassau in a great environment and a great opportunity. So if you haven't looked at Nassau Elite, know that, again, a very attainable, only 1.75 million additional compensation, service, as well as trip potentials, our way, again, of thanking you for working with Nassau through insurance agency marketing. I'm going to mention service one more time. Again, I don't want to harp on it, but as Justin mentioned, we know we've seen some challenges in the industry. We will work through those. But I can tell you Nassau has maintained sort of the leading edge from a service perspective. My speed to issue today sits still at 17 days. We didn't go above 18 for the overall average. Obviously, cash with app, you're going to see that business issue much quicker. It's going to be within 48 to 72 hours. Transfer business at the mercy of, obviously, the carrier where the funds are coming from, but knowing that that piece of business is getting suitability approved, that paperwork is going out in a very fast manner is going to help get that business issued quicker on your end. But the one tool I want to mention, it's a tool we've had out for a little over a year now, is our Suitability Instant Decision Guarantee tool. This is in front of our eApp platform. What this tool does is imagine inputting 3 to 5 minutes of suitability information that you're going to have to put on the suitability comparison form anyways. You put this in before you go in and key in the rest of the application. And today, over 75% of business using this tool receives an automatic green light, meaning that case has already been approved. You don't have to worry about going back to the client, getting explanations, getting signatures, getting initials, whatever it may be. You don't have to worry about, hey, this one's borderline. Am I approved? Am I not? That's an instant decision. 3 to 5 minutes of information being input in the system. For that other 23, 24% that doesn't receive that auto green light, doesn't mean that the case isn't approved. It just means one of our suitability analysts is going to put their own eyes on it. Throughout 2022, my suitability decline rate was less than 1.5%. So business coming into Nassau is getting issued. You're getting a policy to deliver to your policyholder, and you're getting a commission paid faster. Take advantage of this great tool, a great opportunity, again, to put more efficiencies back into your business. But now let's talk about really the sizzle, hopefully why you're here, why you joined the call from a registration standpoint, and that is the product portfolio. At the end of the day, that's what we are at Nassau. We are a product manufacturer. When you think about the Nassau portfolio, really have 4 key products inside of our portfolio. And what I like best about the portfolio is depending on what risks and concerns your client, your prospect you're working with has, you can position a product to really maximize the benefits in the 4 areas that we feel are the 4 key corners of a successful retirement plan. You've got income, and you've got an industry leader with the Nassau Personal Income Annuity, a product that we're going to talk about in another couple minutes. And again, really, really excited with the recent enhancements we made to the contract. Maybe you have a client that needs income, but they're also concerned about nursing home, in-home care stay, and the cost and the expense to them, or legacy protection. Well, the Nassau Personal Protection Choice, another product that saw a substantial increase here recently, is a great opportunity to have critical care coverage, income protection, as well as a lump sum death benefit, all available again inside the Nassau Personal Protection Choice. What about growth? We still have a lot of consumers that are looking for that principal protected growth, the volatility buffer, if you will. We've got on the FIA side of things our very popular Nassau Growth Annuity, but some very strong MYGA rates as well with our Nassau MyAnnuity and Simple Annuity. And let's start there. Justin mentioned the strength of the 4-year product. Tops in the industry today with our Simple Annuity, you can see 4-year rate of a very, very competitive 5.25%. Actually, earlier this month, we increased this additional 10 basis points. So again, you're seeing that 5.25% rate. With that 4-year product, you have access to 5% penalty free as soon as 30 days after issue. It's also RMD friendly. So if that RMD was above and beyond that 5%, your client would have access to that penalty free. Not only that, it's a product that pays full account value at death. So you're going to get a very competitive rate without having to forego the consumer-friendly features that some multi-year guaranteed annuity products will make you sort of buy a la carte, reducing the overall rate. We have a strong competitive 5-year rate with our Nassau MyAnnuity. Rates, again, increased earlier this month. You can see for the RMD withdrawals only, it's a very strong 5.5% rate. For a client needing a little bit more liquidity, we do have a 10% penalty-free option. That reduces the rate slightly down to 5.3%. But again, very, very strong rates. I'm seeing producers who will peel out, maybe they're more FIA sales, but they're peeling out a portion of the sale. So maybe on a $100,000 case, let's drop $20,000 into a 4 or 5-year MYGA. Let's maximize and lock in that rate because we know probably over time we're going to see fixed rates. Although they're strong, they're not quite at the MYGA rate. So you got an opportunity to maybe do a blended app or a split app to take advantage of the great portfolio without significantly reducing your overall commission average. But now I want to talk about the most exciting enhancement that we made earlier this month, and that was a substantial increase to the payout factors on our product. To do that, let me first high-level Nassau Personal Income Annuity, a product that's issued through the max issue age of 80 up to $1 million without prior home office approval. When you start thinking about features, why personal income annuity? Know that you have the ability to do income payouts, guaranteed lifetime income payouts with both qualified and non-qualified assets. You can do guaranteed lifetime income payouts with qualified assets on a joint basis as well. So a lot of flexibility, a lot of customization to really meet the needs of your policyholder. In addition to that, access to income. You have access to activating that income rider as soon as 30 days after issue. If the client doesn't want to activate that rider, they want to maximize the roll-up, the benefit to them, they also have access to 10% penalty-free as soon as 30 days after issue. So again, a lot of customization, a lot of flexibility. To understand the payout increase that we recently announced, know that this product at issue, you're going to elect between two different riders. It's income today or income tomorrow. And when you've earmarked a portion of assets to provide guaranteed lifetime income, the only question you have to ask at that point in time is when. When are you transitioning from the accumulation to the distribution phase? If it's within the first 3 years after issue, that's where you're going to elect the income today rider. Your client's going to get an immediate 30% bonus to their income account or benefit base. So again, you come in with $100,000. At issue, you now have a guaranteed income account of $130,000. But if that client defers 1 year before activating the rider, at the end of the first contract anniversary, we're going to add another 7.5% bonus on top of that 30. And if they defer 24 months, we're going to add another 7.5% bonus at the end of the second contract anniversary, meaning 24 months and 1 day in, you now have a guaranteed income account of $145,000 based off of a $100,000 premium. For a client whose income horizon is a little bit longer, so they're thinking 5, 6, 7 years down the road, but maybe they're a little concerned about market volatility and want to lock in a strong rate of return, that's where you're going to elect the income tomorrow rider. And for each and every contract anniversary that your client defers activating the income rider, we're going to grow their benefit base at a guaranteed 14% simple per year. So great opportunity, again, to provide predictability, to provide peace of mind, all on a guaranteed basis. One of the other great feedbacks that I get all the time is how easy it is to explain the lifetime income. Yes, we've got the income today, income tomorrow rider, but we also have a one-page illustration, a side-by-side comparison that's going to show you the bonus or the roll-up, depending on which rider you elect, and how that translates into a guaranteed lifetime income perspective. One-page illustration that you can leave behind. Your client, again, is going to know exactly what they're going to get at their time of need. But most exciting is the fact that earlier this month, actually January 17th, we increased the payout factors as much as 18% on the Nassau Personal Income Annuity. We took a product that was already competitive, top 5 in the guaranteed lifetime income space, and really moved it to the top of the pile. I'll also tell you, prior to this change, we were always extremely competitive in the early income, so somebody looking at income within the first 5 years. But here with this most recent enhancement, we now have a spectrum all the way through the 10th anniversary of being extremely, extremely strong, extremely, extremely competitive. And let me show you that. Beat the competition. If you look at some of the top competitors I go up against, you see here a 65-year-old client, $100,000 deposit. You see on the screen the strength of overall income, the difference between some of the top competitors that we face on a daily, a weekly, monthly basis, and potentially who you're either selling against or maybe you have them in your pocket as well. If you have a client who's looking for guaranteed lifetime income, you can't go wrong with the personal income annuity. You see some of the top payouts. If you have an application, again, that you can submit by the end of this month, you're going to receive an additional 75 basis points on top of your already strong compensation, as well as that premium counting towards Nassau Elite and the ability to qualify and earn up to an additional 75 basis points in compensation. Take advantage of this great opportunity again to lock in an income, peace of mind, predictability on a guaranteed basis. I also want to show you a quick sales strategy because here's a way that we can squeeze out even more from an income perspective. Here's a client, 67-year-old client. They had an immediate need for income. So you would think that what we're going to do is we're going to elect the income today rider. But instead of doing that, we do the tomorrow rider, and we take advantage of the flexibility of this product to take out a partial withdrawal through the 10% free withdrawal option. We're going to have a little inflationary hedge, rising cost of income. So the first couple of years, we pull out 6.5%. We increase that for another couple of years up to 7% or $7,000. Now, why we're doing that, yes, that withdrawal is reducing our benefit base. But because we haven't activated the rider, we're offsetting that withdrawal with that 14% roll-up. And then you see in the fifth contract anniversary, after the fifth contract anniversary, we activate that rider and we get another increase now of up to almost 7.5% withdrawal. And I will also tell you that these numbers that you see on the screen in front of you are based off of the old payout factors. So we've got the ability to substantially increase that with that increase that took place earlier this month by as much as 18%. A great opportunity, again, to squeeze out more. Instead of activating that rider immediately and having roughly $6,600, you've given that client almost $1,000 more, $800 more on an annual basis in guaranteed income. Let's take these enhancements a little bit further, and let's dial in and take a look at the Nassau Personal Protection Choice Contract, a product that's sort of the Swiss Army knife inside of our portfolio. You can see high level still does the same exact thing, same exact structure that you had with personal income annuity, 0 to 80, qualified, non-qualified sales, joint payouts with both qualified, non-qualified assets, income today, income tomorrow. So everything that you saw with personal income annuity. I will say, though, if you do a comparison of income, and I'm going to show that in another couple minutes, it's going to be slightly reduced. So you're not going to get as much on the guaranteed income side as you did with personal income annuity. But for giving up a little bit from an income perspective, you now have the opportunity to attach our care protection benefit. What that care protection benefit does is it's going to increase the income that your client is receiving from Nassau by up to 250% if they were to go into a nursing home. It's going to increase the income that they're receiving from Nassau by up to 175% if they're not able to fulfill 2 of 6 ADLs and need in-home care. And that can be from a family member, a qualified care practitioner, really no restrictions on who provides that coverage. The great differentiator, though, is the fact that Nassau is going to pay this benefit for up to 5 years directly to your client as long as they continue to qualify, even if the account value is depleted to 0. So think about that. When does the average critical care stay start? It generally is going to start when a client's probably in their late 70s, more likely some point in their 80s, maybe even their early 90s. And if they've been taking income from this account, from this asset for 10, 15, 20 years, chances are you have very minimal value left in the account. If we were then to enhance that to 250%, we're more than likely going to deplete through that asset pretty quickly. Every other care benefit that I'm aware of in the industry today, once that account value hits 0, that enhanced payout stops. They revert back to the guaranteed lifetime income. Remember, with the Nassau Personal Protection Choice, we're going to pay this benefit for up to 5 years as long as your client continues to qualify, even if the account value is depleted to 0. Not only that, now we have our income today, income tomorrow. We've attached the care protection benefit for nursing home, in-home care stays. You also have the opportunity to attach our family protection rider, a rider that, if elected, is going to grow your client's premium to guaranteed 10% simple per year, up through age 70, 5% simple age 71 to 85, for a max of 10 years or until the client turns age 85, whichever comes first. But this enhanced benefit, this rolled up benefit, will pay in a full 100% lump sum death benefit directly to your beneficiary. So again, we've covered an income need. We've covered a critical care need, as well as legacy protection, all inside of one product, one premium, and no underwriting that you're typically used to with products that provide these types of benefits. And just like personal income annuity, ease and explanation, a one-page illustration, side-by-side comparison showing that your client, based on their issue age, the premium they put into the policy, and the riders they elect, what that translates from it to an income perspective, in enhanced income for a critical care stay, as well as that lump sum death benefit paid directly to the beneficiary. Again, January 17th, you saw an increase to this product, payout factors again, as much as 18%. To really highlight that benefit, take a look at this slide in front of you. It's the same slide that you saw previously with personal income annuity and seeing the strength of the personal income annuity product. But what I want to do is show you the strength now of the personal protection choice and the added benefits. 65-year-old client taking immediate income. Yes, we don't reach the $7,000. We're about $300, $400 off of where the top income product pays today, personal income annuity. But for that reduction of $300, $400, your client now has an enhanced income of $16,600 if they were to go into a nursing home. Over $11,600 if they weren't able to fulfill 2 of 6 ADLs need in-home care. And from an industry perspective, you're looking at one of the top 5, top 3 payouts from a guaranteed lifetime income perspective. So is your client willing to give up a little bit from an income perspective to ensure they have this coverage, this peace of mind protection that the Personal Protection Choice product provides? Not only that, you have some competitive rates. I'm not going to sit here and say they're the top accumulation rates in the industry. But what they are is a product that's really focused on providing industry-leading guarantees. And hopefully you see that with the income, care, and family protection riders. You also have the opportunity to have a little bit of upside with this product, so you're not 100% foregoing that as you are with some other products that are really maximizing benefit. You got sort of the whole package with Personal Protection Choice, an opportunity to address 3 different risks on a guaranteed basis while still providing some upside, again, with the Personal Protection Choice product. Very, very strong overall contract. So I wanted to take the last couple of minutes and quickly highlight the Nassau Growth Annuity. No, we don't have any major announcements, major changes to this product this month, but it continues to be a leader in the accumulation space. A little higher issue age, you see up through 85, and currently available in 47 states, with Massachusetts coming in the very near future. The strength of this product, though, is in the flexibility and customization. You can see the contract is built on both a 7- and 10-year surrender charge schedule. You still have access to cash as you do with all Nassau products, the ability or access to 10% penalty-free as soon as 30 days after issue. From an accumulation standpoint, a diversified, simplified accumulation story. You can see you have unmanaged S&P 500 and NASDAQ 100 accounts. So unmanaged, no vol control, pure indexes with the 2 sort of blue chip indices, S&P and NASDAQ. In addition, the biggest differentiator, though, or strength of this contract is our vol control. The Smart Passage Index, an index that's comprised of the 200 least volatile stocks inside of the S&P 500. But if you think the average vol control index today would come with, on average, say maybe a 5 or 6% vol target. So in highly volatile markets, like we've seen over the last couple of years, where industries averaged about 25% volatility, if you're in a vol target index with a 5% volatility target, you're really technically tracking the index only 20% of the time. So you can take that 400, 500% par rate and maybe equate that to about 100% because of that limited exposure that you have to the index that you're tracking. With the Smart Passage Index, you see it has a strong 16.5% volatility target, which if you look at the S&P 500 over time, averages about 16%. So what this Smart Passage Index with that 16.5 vol target is it's an index that's going to give your client more access to the index that it's tracking. Higher upside opportunity over the duration of a contract because of the design. So a great complementary index running alongside the S&P as well as the NASDAQ. So we think flexibility and customizations is the reason why. But the real sizzle with the product is current crediting rates. You can see on our 10-year product, we have a 1-year S&P cap as high as 11.25%. But again, flexibility and customization. Each one of these 3 indices have both a 1- and a 2-year reset. And we have a fee and a no fee based strategy, meaning you can structure an accumulation story 100% no fee based. Or if you want to try and maximize that upside, because we're getting into the indexes at a depressed or discounted value to off their all-time highs, hey, for a 1% annual strategy fee, that's going to apply only to the funds that are allocated to that bucket. We can buy up the par rate, giving your client higher upside opportunity. You have the ability to reallocate on contract anniversaries, so you can go between fee and no fee. You can really customize and set this allocation opportunity based on your likes and your client's wants. Not only that, strong 1-year fixed rate of 4.45%, and the ability to put together a customized illustration showing the best, worst, and most recent 10-year period. We're going to do that for every single index strategy that we offer. So again, you can get comfortable with the upside opportunity. You can get comfortable with positioning this product and telling the story of the principal protected growth that the Nassau Growth Annuity offers. Not going to spend a lot of time here. We do have very strong 7-year rates as well with the Nassau Growth Annuity. You can see 1-year cap as much as 9.5%. Same structure, 1 and 2 year, fee and no fee, S&P, NASDAQ, pure index, no management, no volatility control, as well as our Smart Passage Index, again, coming with that 16.5% volatility target. So when you put the whole story together, I am extremely, extremely excited about the opportunity that we have from a partnership standpoint in 2023. You see up front all the great value add resources, industry expertise that partnering with insurance agency marketing provides. It's one of the reasons that I look at my partnership with IAMS as it's our preferred partnership, one of the more valuable partnerships that we have, because it couples their values and everything that they provide along with a strong product portfolio. A portfolio, again, depending on what needs and risks and concerns your client has, you can pick a product that's really going to maximize the benefits in each one of those spaces. Industry-leading MYGA rates. Top accumulation strategies with Nassau Growth Annuity. Not only that, some of the best guaranteed income stories in the industry today. You're going to do that while partnering with IAMS as part of, again, our preferred platform. Will continue to qualify you every dollar you submit, dollar for dollar with the FIA portfolio, 3-to-1 discounted for multi-year guaranteed annuity products, but will qualify you towards Nassau Elite. Very attainable, very powerful, popular agent value add program. So with that said, I know we went through a ton of information here today. Again, extremely, extremely excited about this opportunity. Justin, I can't thank you enough for the opportunity to share these recent increases that we had. I know you guys are running a lot of quotes with this, maybe even some quotes from older policies that had been quoted prior to the change. But can't thank you enough for the partnership. And thank you everybody on the call for taking time out of your schedule. Justin, I'll kick it back to you to maybe do a Q&A or wrap things up here for the morning.
Absolutely. I'm gonna hog the time and ask some questions myself here, and then anybody that has questions, go ahead and put them into the webinar platform, or as we touch base with you, and I'll follow up with you here, you can feel free to write those down. But Jake, appreciate the partnership as well. I've been working with the IMO space, as you know, multiple IMOs over my last 22 years. And I can say this without sounding biased and not repetitive. It's great to have a good contact like you. You've helped me turn around personally a lot of different cases, as well as Marcus and IAMS too. We are quoting it quite a bit. You bring up a really good point with everything you just covered, the re-quoting of solutions that we may have quoted prior, to where we're now getting a better income solution, getting clients off the fence. Maybe it's a reason to get back in the door. Maybe it allows us to do something we weren't able to do before. In addition to that, I got to ask a question. Is there a cost again for the care rider? And what was that rider cost on there?
Yeah, great question. And I think as I think back, I failed to mention that. So we'll take the whole portfolio as a whole. Personal income annuity. It's a 95 basis point fee, so 0.95%. That's what gives us the right to guarantee that income for as long as the client lives. If you shift over to personal protection choice, the 95 basis point fee carries over, and that 95 basis point covers income as well as care. It's not 95 for each. It's a total of 95 to get the income and care on the contract. If you elect the family protection rider, so the lump sum death benefit, that comes at an additional 20 basis points. So your total all in for all three benefits on personal protection choice is 1.15%.
Okay, that was not planned, ladies and gentlemen, but I had totaled up all in costs incorrectly, and I'm glad you clarified that, because my point was, I've been running into quite a few, and many in the audience may also run into potentials for what we used to call that dirty word replacement. Now I would say an opportunity to enhance, right? Particularly from my old markets in the variable annuity income benefit rider world, GLIB or guaranteed annuitization riders, but also some of these indexed annuities that we may have seen written over the last 10 years. Maybe some of them, I won't mention a company's name, they may be renewing at very lower interest rates, clients getting concerned, or maybe there was a direction change. But the biggest thing I see with those variables is, on average, even with the companies that are lower, all-in fee structure, when you really break everything down, is well over 4%, 3.5%, 4% all-in fees, and getting an income. With this, I've been able to match or beat or slightly undertow the income and add a care rider and add that simple interest roll up for death benefit,
Yep.
it's a win-win. I mean, it's a win-win, which leads me to believe, and that was me thinking it at the wrong all-in cost. You're at 1.5. So if I come across an annuity, maybe out of surrender, variable or fixed, but a variable all-in cost of 4% to the client, and I can get the same income or better, and have these other features added for an all-in cost of 1.5. Other than typical suitability issues at the personal level or liquidity and things of that nature, how are you with the suitability review process? I'm very happy with yours, but let them know a little bit about that. I would mention that your suitability calculator prior to taking the application is one of the reasons I think is adding some extra time on you guys' plate as far as being able to actually service the contracts, because you're cutting that huge cost out almost like an accelerated underwriting program. So I'm interested to see replacements. Are they welcome? Is that an opportunity to get the client a better deal? What are your thoughts there?
Yeah, so suitability, and quickly before I go in, I just want to make sure that we're clear on it. So the total all-in fee is 1.15%. I know you had mentioned the 1.5, but yeah, it's 1.15
Awesome.
is the all-in cost. And then as it relates to suitability, yes, to your point just a couple of minutes ago, I believe we're primed for a great opportunity in 2023. We've seen increasing sales, and the volatility in the market has definitely helped us overall. But to your point, look, the pricing environment is extremely favorable. Yes, I understand it hurts from an MVA side of things if we're moving assets, if we're replacing assets. But it's sort of like if you look at cars and put them side by side from the past 10 one car from each decade over the last 8 decades. The technology and the advancement in cars is sort of like what we've seen from a product side of things. So at Nassau, we understand that. We will review a case with anything up to a 9.9% surrender charge. Now, again, that doesn't mean that we're going to take it. There has to be value to the policyholder. And what can that value be? Adding a more competitive income rider, adding a care protection, having substantially higher crediting rates and opportunities. The more we're able to provide from a betterment standpoint, the more likely, the higher the surrender charge case is going to go through. We also, our other sort of black and white is that in a transfer scenario, we would like that contract to be enforced for at least 24 months. But again, I know a lot of carriers will say, hey, we look at this thing as a case by case. I truly know, we do. There are some that get declined. And then, right. Justin will give me a shout and say, hey, look, I don't think you guys are looking at this right. Or the agent will call and say, hey, here's the actual scenario. And I'll be able to go back to my suitability team. And I would say that 9 out of 10 of those that I get, we end up getting reversed. We are for my 20 plus years in this industry, extremely, extremely easy to work with on a suitability standpoint, on a new business standpoint, and obviously appreciate you out in the field and everything that you do. And I'll close that suitability side of it by going back to the number I mentioned up front. Throughout 2022, my suitability decline rate never went above 1.5% on a monthly basis. I think we averaged at about 1.2 for the entire year. So that speaks to business that's getting submitted is getting issued.
Great. This is great news. Well, definitely hitting all 4 corners of the annuity need. When I'm out there looking for a carrier and I'm kicking off my year as a producer, I would love to, and I haven't found somebody that wants to argue with me just yet, but if you've got a strong carrier that has a product portfolio that hits all 4 corners of annuity design and need coverage, you've got your growth aspect as a bond alternative, you've got your potential income benefit, you've got estate planning opportunities, you hit all 4 corners, the family protection and care. But then you also pair that up with the elite program, which says, hey, and I think you're saying, we welcome your business, you welcome the opportunity to keep it all within the family, and we're going to pay you for it. So I really like that strong and elite program too. Look forward to doing business with you here going forward. And those of you in the line, if you have interest in licensing with Nassau, let me know. Feel free to reply here. I'm going to ask a couple polling questions. Jake, I appreciate your time. You can hang out here and we'll get some polls going here from the group. I'm going to start our first one here now. For those of you that are on, give you a couple seconds to answer here. would you like more information on the products that we discussed today, or the growth annuity, any of those? And go ahead and answer yes on that. If you'd like that information sent over to you, we'll get it out, have an open discussion. They didn't have one in here for the contracting, but that is definitely, if you answer yes on that, we'll have that discussion, get you set up so that you can start your qualification for the first time, hopefully elite program. As Jake mentioned before, much like our program, we're going to incentivize you here for getting on board and seeing how we work. Test us out. So a couple more seconds on that here, and we'll get to the end and go on to the next one. I'm about to close that poll here. I appreciate it. And the other one would be, would you like information on Nassau as a company and any upcoming items they have, the elite program, and would you like to contract? So that's kind of all wrapped into one. If you'd like just one of those, go ahead and mark yes. We're amicable and just like Jake, easy to deal with. We appreciate everybody on today. Jake, really appreciate your time. And if you've got a case for income or growth or something with care, something that you've had some difficulty with, something that you'd like to see a new opportunity, or you're interested in the elite program, pairing that up with IMS's compensation program to kick off 2023 right, give us a call. Give me a call at 800-255-5055, and we'll go from there. Thanks all for attending. Have a great week, remainder of the week. And you too, Jake. Thank you again.
Thanks, Jeff. Thank you.
Welcome. Take care. Thanks.